So of course, while I was at QuakeCon, the ROG Strix B850i gaming Wi-Fi ITX motherboard arrived, and that means it's time to take this PC to another level and upgrade it to AM5. Well, as you can see, that is not a B850, that is a B860i. That is an Intel Core Ultra motherboard. Now, Asus sent that to me by mistake when they were supposed to send me a B850, and to their credit, they were ready to send me a label and we were going to swap them out real fast. But I actually said that I would like to hold on to it and do content on that instead, because on that same day, Intel released their Battlefield 6 Gamer Days bundle with all Core Ultra CPUs and slashed the price of all of them. And as you can see here, I bought a Intel Core Ultra 7 265K for $275 after tax with a free copy of Battlefield 6. So it seemed like the perfect time to upgrade from AM4 to Intel Core Ultra and see what this motherboard and CPU combination can do. So shout out to Asus for sending me over the ROG Strix B860i gaming Wi-Fi motherboard, and thanks again for sponsoring today's video. So without further ado, let's get to it, and let me explain to you why I like this upgrade and why I am happy that I upgraded from AM4 to Intel Core Ultra. Like with any upgrade, one of the most compelling reasons for me to upgrade is when you can basically upgrade to a new generation for free or almost free. And if you look at the current sold prices on eBay after doing some market research of the ROG Strix B550i gaming motherboard and the Ryzen 7 5800X3D, both my CPU and motherboard combos, you'll see that with an average selling price of $350 for the CPU and $155 for the motherboard, it brings a very compelling argument that I could probably do this upgrade for essentially what I paid. So basically break even. And that is a huge win for me. So let's say I sold everything on eBay, including a really good RAM kit I have that's 32 megahertz CL16, 16 gigs of RAM. I get like $40 for it. Let's say after eBay takes their cut, so $540 times their 87%, which is what I'll end up with, I have about $470 to my name. Okay, so let's say I bought that motherboard and it wasn't sent over by Asus. Thanks again to them for shooting that over. That's $200 plus $275 for the 265K, plus about $60, give or take, for a good stick of DDR5 RAM 4800 megatransfers, because that's fine for Intel. Then we're at about $535. So all in all, it would cost me about $65 to do this upgrade from out-of-date hardware with no warranty to brand new hardware with warranty, and I'd get a free copy of Battlefield, which you could say makes that $65 down to zero. Now, that only applies if you wanted Battlefield, and I wanted a copy of Battlefield. So basically, this upgrade ends up being a wash. Now that I told you why I decided to upgrade to an Intel Core Ultra CPU, check out the latest version of the Krootman LAN Special version 2.0.
Systems from hibernation. Right of capacitors initialized, and may begin prayers of charging.
Drone, can you not hasten the damn process?
Seismic disruptions have occurred. Trajectory may be altered.
Les recuerda que el distrito de Pacífica permanece fuera de la jurisdicción de la policía de Night City. No ingrese a Pacífica bajo ningún concepto.
All right, so as you can see, I got about a 10 to 15-ish% performance gain in some games, and others like Cyberpunk, it wasn't as much. I'm honestly pretty impressed by the 265K action. The great thing about this swap for me was, besides the performance gain boost, which is never a bad thing, is that I have a warranty now. AM4 socket, all those parts did not have a warranty. I will say, however, that the 265K does use more power than the 5800X3D, which I was surprised at. So that if that's a thing that bothers you, then that might be a negative. But it's never a bad thing to upgrade basically for free. So thanks again for watching. Thank you to Asus for sending over the ROG Strix B860i gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. And while this might not have been the mistake you thought I was going to talk about, it was a nice mistake that led me to a Core Ultra build, as I hadn't had any experience with the latest Intel gen before. Now, they're all both dead sockets, so there is that, but honestly, I don't care. Warranty's good enough for me. So, thanks again for watching. Are you pro AMD? Are you pro Intel? Or do you just like a good product? Let me know in the comments down below. And it's always weird when you can basically upgrade for free in terms of a used part being worth so much more than a new part. Perception, while not always correct, is a strong thing. All right, guys, that's it for this one. See you on the next one. Peace out.